let's talk about celiac disease. Do you know what celiac disease is? Well, it's basically what happens when your body cannot process gluten. You're allergic to gluten and all things that contain gluten. Basically, when you eat it, your gut swells and you become fat, but not really fat. It's just your gut being unable to process the gluten. And eventually, it can actually unalive you. It can end your life. It's what happened to my grandfather. And unfortunately, I have celiac, but I never took it seriously until like a year ago when I was just heavily depressed, heavily unenergized, unmotivated, feel like crap. And I said, you know what? Maybe I do have celiac. So I looked into it and I got diagnosed and I have celiac disease. And I cut out gluten out of my diet entirely over a year ago now. I'm gluten-free, clean as a whistle. But, and at first I thought it was going to be hard. Like, so many foods have gluten in them. But once you're on this gluten-free diet, you realize there's a lot of foods that also don't have gluten in them, right? And it makes it a lot easier, right? Because you're like, oh, this is easy. They're expensive as hell, don't get me wrong, but so is a lot of food these days. Like, Jesus Christ, grocery shopping is hell on earth. But, yeah. And here's something funny about celiac. If you were born in America, and you go to Europe, and you eat their bread, no adverse reactions. And if you have celiac in Europe, and you go to America, and you eat our bread, no adverse reactions. It's like a different strain of gluten or whatever. It's like crazy. And I find that very interesting. But another reason why I wanted to make this video, this podcast, this rant, this very unprofessional, unedited mess of an abomination, is that I see a lot of people make fun of people who go, excuse me, is there gluten-free on this diet? On this menu or whatever, and they're like, why? Just eat your fucking food. Stop being weird. And it's like, yo, this is an actual medical issue, okay? It's not just people being, oh, it's my diet. It's not like being vegan or being a vegetarian where it's a choice. It is a genuine medical disorder that can unalive you if you don't take it seriously. Do some people go too far and try to ruin the fun of everyone else? Yes. And to those people, shut up. Okay? You can be tactful about it. You can say, hey, guys, I can't have gluten. I have celiac disease. Do you think we can go somewhere to eat where I can have the food there? Or you could ask the waiter nicely, hey, are there any gluten-free things? Or you can be me and not say anything at all. Look at the menu and go, that's a piece of meat. I can eat that. So, yes, that's just me spreading some awareness about celiac and letting you know if you have celiac, you are not alone. I'm in your corner. It is awful, but you can do it. And if you're, like, if you just got into it, like you just found out and you're like, oh, no, my life is over. It's not. There's so many gluten-free alternatives out there, man. You can buy them all and they're great. And did you know that a Snickers is gluten-free? There is literally no gluten or wheat in it. I was surprised. I'm like, oh, I can still have Snickers. But yes. To those of you who think that gluten-free people are just annoying and they're just trying to be weird, they're not. They're trying to not be unalived, okay? They're trying to stay alive and be healthy, okay? So keep that in mind next time you go, stop being weird. It's serious, okay? Yeah, thank you. Goodbye.